Welcome, Women Talk viewers, and thank you for watching. Devi Sankaree Govender holds a profound belief in the pursuit of truth. The courage and humanity of her work was deeply admired on Carte Blanche, where her bold, brave, and fearless reporting caught the eye of millions. Even though on the front line of some life-threatening situations, let's not forget that Devi is also an almost typical Indian mummy and wife and a self-made chef. If you follow Devi on social media, trust me, you are in for a laugh a day with her entertaining memes and enthusiastic sense of humor, especially in our current somewhat somber state of affairs. Devi also displays a selfless devotion for her role as a dedicated and devoted South African citizen. Many that know me also knows that this will prove to be a very special interview because I look up to Devi immensely and I am a fan professionally. Devi is the one and only reason I aspire to be a journalist. So welcome, Devi. And thank you so very much for chatting to me. And I hope that your dynamic voice will help me to further drive, no pun intended, my message of woman empowerment in motoring South Africa.
You are way, way, way too kind, but thank you for those lovely words.
You're welcome, Devi. So we decided that we're just going to have a discussion or a chat about motor vehicles and cars. So I'm just going to first and foremost ask you, what do you think of an initiative like Women Talk Motoring Magazine can be a useful tool in motoring South Africa? Can it be a motoring a tool in South Africa and, try and empower women? So, yeah.
Absolutely, because I think for a very long time, especially when it came to motor vehicles, women always deferred those decisions to husbands, fathers, and brothers. So for me, having a very specific kind of portal that assists females to make informed decisions, it can only be a good thing because it takes you to a whole different kind of empowerment level. Because it's fantastic to choose your own car, it's fantastic to do the research by yourself, and in the end to make a decided decision. So any initiative that makes people stronger, better, faster it works.
Tell us about we had a conversation last week on the phone about the first time that you actually bought a car. How did you go about doing that? Did you take your husband's or father's or brother's opinion, or did you do this all by yourself?
I didn't take anybody's opinion. I've always tended to rely on my own judgments. I've just always been like that. But the first time I had to buy a car, I remember I had to do it in a bit of a rush because I got this local teaching position at a school and I needed to have a car and I needed to do it very, very quickly. And I remember I grew up in Umzunto in KwaZulu-Natal, and one of the bigger dealerships was a Mazda dealership. So I grew up in a home where we always had Mazdas. So for me, it was the automatic choice. But I chose the vehicle on my own because I thought I knew enough. I did the research very quickly, made a few phone calls, and I was ready to purchase. I like that. I like being able to make my own decisions. But I never ever make those guts, like those knee-jerk reactions or decisions. Even if I'm buying kettle, I'll research it for days so that I know when I get that kettle, it's the best kettle for the budget
Yes.
that I have.
Yes, absolutely. And so Devi, how do you think that our dealerships could improve by offering services that could possibly equip women to make their own decisions when buying a car?
So the one thing that has never ever faced me is that whole debate around whether you should have more female salespeople. I think there should be more female salespeople anyway, but just like you should have, almost an equal amount of female CEOs compared to male CEOs. That's the only reason I'm even saying that. So if I think about dealerships, I think dealerships over the last couple of years are more attuned to the needs of working women, whether you're a mom, single, married, whatever it is. So they've, to a large extent, what they've done is that they've made the process faster. So even when it comes to a service, I just find things are a lot faster. The car goes in, it happens, it drops you back off at work, it gets done, you come back, boom, done. Anything that takes less time is exactly what will work, especially for working women and for women who are running their own businesses. I don't like tailoring products specifically for females, especially when it comes to cars. Nothing irritates me more because that's like saying because you're a girl, then you must like this. And then that's taking the decision away from me. And more often than not, it'll be a group of guys deciding what lady products. No, I don't want lady products. I'll choose my own product. You just show me what's available, and I'll choose what I need from there. So I think dealerships have actually done a lot. They have. When I walk into a dealership, I don't ever feel like I know less, and salespeople don't make me feel like I'm stupid. And I don't think it's just me, because when I walk into dealership, what happens?
I can
People walk backwards because they think I'm there to do an expose.
I can imagine, yeah.
So I think maybe it may be different, but I've never ever felt that I was undermined. And I think people generally are quite happy to answer all kinds of questions. I mean,
Yes.
I always felt sorry for the sales guys I've had to deal with over the years when buying cars. I mean, the number of questions I would either phone through or email through or WhatsApp through before I made the decision.
Yeah, I actually just for a moment there put myself in that position of a sales rep, and just watching you come through the door. My God, I would run to the dealer principal's office immediately. So,
Yeah.
so Devi, just a very light, maybe light-hearted question. So, do you actually check your own oil and water?
No,
No.
I've never done that. In
Okay.
my very, like, I think maybe about 30 years ago,
Yeah.
I used to be able to do all of that. My dad taught my sister and I how to do those things. So
Okay, but
yeah,
when
I
you
used to
go
then,
to
but not
the
anymore.
fuel station, do you actually like the fuel the attendant or the guy that's filling your petrol? Do you ever say to him like or when he says oil and water, do you say okay, fine, yeah, check it?
I always say it's fine because I think with cars now, you've got the gauge and the gauge tells
Yes.
you if it's fine.
Yes.
And I'm always in a little bit of a rush. But I just use the opportunity when I fill petrol just to have a chat with the petrol attendants and see what's happening in Goliath. I mean, there's specific garages I go to because of specific petrol attendants.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay.
a way for me to just touch base. But I do walk around my car, check the tires myself. I do that. Yeah.
Okay. Great. That's good to hear.
So K53 is still stuck in my head. Before you drive, just do a quick walk around and go have a look. I still do that.
Good girl. And then, well, I'm going to ask you, we often have these workshops where we empower women, educate women on how to change your tire. I mean, at any point, in any given point, you could be in a situation, especially if you don't have an insurance or that type of thing, to change your own tire. So we have these workshops nationally to teach women how to do this. Do you know how to change your tire?
I used to know how to change my tire.
Okay.
So in the early days, right? You buy vehicles that are always second-hand, third-hand, fourth-hand, or whatever, and you always didn't have a lot of money, and
Yeah.
that you needed to be able to be more hands-on with your vehicle then.
Yeah.
So I did know how to change a tire because I was always traveling by myself.
Right.
So I learned how to do that. I have not changed a tire or attempted to change a tire in a very long time.
Okay. Okay.
Because now the tires have these sensors that tell you when you're not feeling well.
Yeah, we
So
spoiled. We
we're very,
spoiled. I
very
mean,
spoiled.
even I mean, it's not just the premium brands. It's basically even entry level cars now that has these options. So yeah, at the end of the day, not everybody though can afford these cars. So we've got to educate women in any case, on how to do these things. But yeah, your I won't say excuse, your explanation makes sense. So tell me, Devi, do you actually have road rage, and how do you handle that?
I am such a calm driver. So I have this thing. I'm happy to let anybody in front of me. I'm okay with that. Because there's a lot of road rage, and I can understand where it comes from. But especially with taxis, people complain about taxis a lot. I have a completely different standpoint. Taxis move hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people across the country every single day. there's an excess of 10 people in a taxi. I would rather that guy goes in front of me because he's got to get those people to work. So I have no road rage. I've never ever thrown a zap sign at anybody. I may sometimes just say a bad word under my breath if I'm really irritated, but I'm a very calm driver generally because I would rather, if people are behaving badly, I would rather that idiot is in front of me as opposed to behind me because I want him where I can see him.
That sounds like the Devi I know and love.
Yeah.
Devi, what is your dream car and why?
Okay, so I'm not one of those petrol heads that has like one of those really big fancy names, Porsche, Ferrari, or whatever as a dream car. I've always just liked small cars. I'm a very small person, and I always found those. I call them 4x4 cars. A bit of a climb in for me. I need to like almost climb into it, and I drive with a cushion. I sit on a cushion, so it doesn't matter how fancy the car is, and even if the seats are electronic seats that have settings, even at the highest setting, it's still not high enough for me. So I drive with a cushion. So my dream car, I'm actually driving. I have a 135 that I purchased at the beginning of the year, and it's my dream car. I love it to pieces. It's small, it's compact. I had a 235i before this, also a really lovely car, but I'm in love with my car. But now I just look at it lovingly in the garage because I haven't left the house in almost 6 weeks. I haven't gone anywhere.
So who's doing your grocery shopping?
My husband goes every 10 days, sometimes every 12 days. And we've discovered a lot of free shopping apps where delivery is free.
Yes.
There's a lot of that.
It's a safe way.
Yeah, that's basically what we've been doing. But we're just, I think, smart with the groceries and how we organize what.
I've seen I've been keeping up with your food selfies of food. I don't know what they call, but yeah, they look stunning. In fact, recently you posted some chicken wings that you did, and I said I'm going to try it Banting style, and I did, and it came
out. A great recipe.
Fabulous. It was really
good. It's a lovely recipe.
So you can always, leaving the field of journalism, I mean, you can just become a chef, right?
No. People don't appreciate the chef.
I'm trying to fish here as to what are you up to and what are you actually going to be doing.
So I resigned from Kaplan at the end of January after 18 fantastic, amazing, wonderful years. I would have happily stayed on for even longer.
Yes.
But I think I kind of reached a point where I thought, well, what is my new next?
Yes.
My kids are older. My daughter's supposed to be going to America on a scholarship this year. Let's see what happens. And that may possibly be delayed. Yeah, so I'm busy working on a new television project. And that's all I can say. I'm just not going to be disappearing from your screen anytime soon.
No, I mean, I'm really excited to see what it is. In fact, when you left, it was a surprise to many, especially myself, I say. But I remembered Oprah is my other mentor. She's my the other person that I look up to. You're my local look up to person, okay? So when Oprah left the show after 25 years, and she just said that it was time. I'm going to bow out gracefully. And that's exactly what you did. So good to you and well done. And we are still following you. I think everyone's just really anxious to see whose door you're going to be knocking on next. So,
okay, so that won't change.
No. So Devi, let's now not be super feminist and get back to our motoring talk here. But let's not be super feminist, as I said earlier. And let's talk about who you think are better drivers, men or women?
Oh, it's definitely women. I don't even have to think about the answer to that question. 100% women. We are better drivers. Some people say we're more hesitant on the road, and that's also not a good thing to be hesitant, because some people think like 20 times people switching lanes, and then, you know, there is that. We've all driven behind people who do that. That's not nice. But I think we're much better drivers. I think there's almost a sixth sense that we have when we drive. We genuinely care about other people's lives. Sorry, guys.
Thank you so much, Devi. Is there anything you want to add in terms of empowerment in women in South Africa? Anything that you'd like to add to this conversation and for our readers and followers?
For all the empowering times that we say that we are in now, compared to the times our grandmothers and our mothers lived in, I still think that to a large extent we always second guess ourselves. We're not confident enough. We know it, the opportunities are certainly there. And you're going to find now with COVID-19 that we're going to have to dig really, really deep to move ourselves forward. And I've just been saying to everybody, please just use this opportunity of COVID-19 to just look inward, find that inner strength because you have it, it's there. Maybe you didn't say hello to it for a long time, and it's time to shine. Now's the time to shine.
No, absolutely. I think you are an example of that, but your daughter, Kayuri, so you have a direct impact on someone's life, and that's your daughter. I've been following her for ages now, and I'm so proud. I mean, wherever I go, and people say, well, you're a chick, and coming from a background where we didn't even have access to driving cars until 94, whatever the case might be. But I said, well, there's an Indian chick that's playing golf. I mean, many people ask me to meet them, dealer principals or manufacturing OEMs, CEOs, MDs, having a game of golf, and they're like, join us on the field or send us these invites. And I'm like, I don't know how to play golf, but I know an Indian chick that represents South Africa. So yeah, I mean, you are an example of woman empowerment, of woman can do anything, and your daughter is just also a true example of that. So Devi, I'd like to wish you all the best, and I'd like to thank you so much for giving me your time. I know that you are very busy. Even though people say that this is not a busy time, we should look inward and all of that. I am very busy, I must admit.
I've never been busier. I always thought that I've been busy. This has been the most busiest time for me ever, which is good. It's good.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Devi.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much. So guys, Devi Sankaree Govender, the name that I am most familiar with in my media profession. She's my inspiration, my mentor, and yes, through her dedication and hard work, she's taught me that great things never come from comfort zones. And more significantly, don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Thank you for watching.